Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching Supernatural Season 12. What? Yes, we are already at Season 12. I can't believe it's been 12 years since this show has been on the air. Episode 1 entitled Keep Calm and Carry On. At the beginning, we start right where we left off, which I love. I almost don't like when shows time jump. It's right after the finale where Dean sees his mom because God's sister, she gave Dean and Sam almost like a gift. And it was to bring their mom back to life. Now, I still don't know how I feel about their mom being alive. I like the actress. I like the idea of them once again having a parental figure because after they lost their father, it was tough for them. So there's a lot of things that I like about them having their mom back, but also you got to think about how the death of their mom was so important, was so integral to the beginning of this show, to them to becoming who they became. To give them their mom back, I don't know what it's going to mean for that history and for things going forward. But I did like the fact that we took some time to breathe with her, that Dean had to catch her up on everything that was going on, how she still only remembered him as being 4 years old and she didn't trust him. She took him down and then he had to explain it to her and her reaction to it. Like, all of that was really perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything more. We see Castiel seemingly land on Earth like an asteroid, which at first it took me a second to realize, like, where was he, what happened, and whatnot. But it wasn't until later where it was because he was blasted. Like, whenever they make the symbol of blood, put their hand on it, and it blasts away angels. We never saw until now what happens to the angels. Like, we knew that they went far away to another part of the world, but we never saw the actual effect of, like, I guess they crash somewhere, they don't know where they are. All of that, I just, it's like, wow, all of these years and we've never seen that once. He sees this random guy and he asks him some questions and then he knocks him out with his angel powers and then steals his car. Now, I don't know why he had to steal his car. It's kind of messed up, especially leaving him on the side of the road like that. Anything could happen to this poor guy. But also, Castiel's an angel. Why couldn't he just transport himself to Kansas or wherever he had to go? Maybe because of the symbol blasting. Maybe he's low on juice. Maybe. I hope that's the case because I also have a question on them not being able to find Sam's whereabouts. But speaking of that, we see the character Tony, who we saw in the finale, and she's a part of the Men of Letters, but she's from England, and she shot Sam in the leg, I guess. She brings him to some veterinarian who she needs to tend to his wound, and then she brings him to, like, a basement warehouse of some sort, and she's gonna interrogate him. But Sam's not willing to answer questions. You can't blame him. She shot and kidnapped him, and then so she threatens to torture him. And I loved Sam's reaction to this. I do, because even though you've never really seen Sam be like this, be this confident and basically say fuck off, I've been through hell, literally. I've been tortured by Lucifer. And 12 years, we've seen Sam and Dean go through some of the most torturous things, emotionally, physically, that I love that he wasn't afraid. I love that he felt like he could take it. And it was even funnier to see that her thought of torture, what she thought was going to get Sam Winchester to talk, was to shower him in cold water. It's like, really? This is what, I mean, sure, it's cold and he might get sick, but I mean, really? You think that's gonna get him to talk? That's gonna break him down? It's kind of funny. Then we see Dean and Mary, the mother, go back to the bunker, and she's still adjusting to everything. They see the blood and realize that Sam is missing. I love the moment where Mary met Castiel, because again, we've been so accustomed to everything going on the show that to see a character who literally hasn't been there, really, truly been there since episode 1 of season 1, all of this history that's happened, angels and just everything, her seeing all of this and having to be explained about all this, I love that the show seemed like they cared. They took the time and effort to notice things like that, to notice what she should be questioning. Even something as simple as her seeing a laptop and being confused on what that was. Like, I loved all this little attention to details. I loved when she saw the car that John originally had, that she just had a moment with it. All of that was great stuff. We get a little bit of side plot, and I find this really interesting because this seems to be something ongoing, maybe through the whole season, where Lucifer is going through vessels. Now that he's out of Castiel, he's just desperately going throughout, and he's jumping from body to body, but no body so far is able to hold him, and they burn out quick, and you're seeing the remains of these bodies. Their eyes are gone, and it's really creepy. But Crowley is also following. And in Crowley, I guess his plan is to kill Lucifer, to be done with him, and to finally take over hell like he wants to. Oh, that's great. Finally, we give Crowley something to do that's not really involving the Winchesters or painting him as a villain. We're seeing him be proactive, and I'll be looking forward to seeing some sort of confrontation between him and Lucifer, because Lucifer, I gotta admit, made Crowley look like a bitch last season. He did. Now, I enjoyed when Dean and Mary and Castiel were looking for Sam, his whereabouts, and going up to people, talking to them. I loved how even Mary got so much into it. Like, she was like, hey, if he won't tell us information, hurt him. Like, it's not hard for her, it's not hard for us to realize that she was once a hunter. And we see that Tony, they go to the next level with torturing Sam. They're burning his foot with the fire, and that looked pretty awful. Then her right-hand woman, I missed her name, but she goes and she crashes her car into Dean in Mary's car. Mary's knocked out, and she has a fight. And look, I will admit being impressed with how much of a badass this chick came off. She did beat the shit out of Dean, but then she started beating the shit out of Castiel. And I'm sorry, as well trained as this woman is, as prepared as I'm sure maybe she was to go up against Dean or even an angel, there is no possible way that you can convince me that she was able to kick Castiel's ass. Castiel is an angel. It's about time this show remembers that Castiel is an angel. I get that there's times where you have to make him look vulnerable, or you have to make him look weak, or that he maybe can't do everything, because how interesting of a character would he be if he could do everything, right? But we can't forget that he's an angel, and he could literally have killed her like that. I don't understand why he was throwing strikes and punches at her, and she just was blocking and beating him up. Like, is it that simple? Is it that, like, come on, he's an angel. Angels aren't that easy to beat up, or they shouldn't be. You could argue that Castiel spent too much time with the Winchesters, that he's more human or something, but I'm not buying it. He's still able to do certain things, but when it comes to convenient moments, they let him get beat up, and I don't like that. I don't. He's an angel. Make him act like it. This was really all for a moment of Mary to come in, swoop in, and kill this chick. And I did like that it got to her a little bit, having to kill. So we'll see where that goes. Now, physically harming Sam wasn't working, so they decided to mentally harm him. And he was seeing things and visions. But I loved how Sam isn't easy to break. I love that he seemingly faked his suicide, and then she fell for it. Tony came down, and then he grabbed her, and they had a struggle. And I even like that they didn't find him in the first episode. I like that we're going to play this out. I like things drawn out. I like the mystery. I like seeing what's going on here. Clearly, they're trying to put some double-edged thing with the Tony character, because she was on the phone earlier. It sounds like she maybe has a kid or something. So I'm interested. This is one of the better first episode to a season that we've had on Supernatural, I think, in a good while. So I'm looking forward to Season 12. Season 12 in this show is somehow, some way still going strong. I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Season 12, Episode 1? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!